Hey traders, do you suffer with impulsive trading? You know, those ones where you're struggling with FOMO, the whole 9 yards? Well, you're in luck. You're going to hear the confessions of a impulsive trader today. Mine. And I have 5 steps that are going to help you kill the impulsiveness in your trading. Plus, we've got 2 stocks that are just absolutely amazing. Anil picked one, I picked one. Good chance these stocks could double by the end of the year. And what else? Oh yeah, the technical analysis on the markets themselves. Don't be fooled with today's rally. This market isn't out of trouble yet. So stick around to the end. I've got some great news I want to share with you. Plus the 2 stocks we're going to be taking a look at. Again, unbelievable. Let's jump into today's session right now. Hey, good morning, traders. Welcome to today's session of Trade Your Way to Freedom. I have a big question for you. What are you doing to find your trading edge? I know that, if you struggle with impulsive trading, if you want an early warning on winning stocks, if you want to trade, based on the insight of 2 of, Anil, I'm going to say this now, people, because we can back it up with proof. If you want to trade with 2 of the most insightful, best traders in the United States, then you're in the right place. Welcome aboard. And I know you're not supposed to brag on yourself, but at the same time, Anil and I have got a track record that is absolutely outstanding. And with his coaching, teaching, and all that kind of stuff, and mine, and it basically, what it is what it is. And so we want to welcome you today. We're going to be going through some really cool things. What's that? We're going to talk a little bit about how we're doing index-wise, and then, of course, trade secrets. Like I said, if you're an impulsive trader, you want to basically make some money in the market. I know many people who watch this on YouTube, this is about the place that they're going to drop out. But if you do, you're going to miss out on what I see as some of the huge potential that our session today has. So stick around in today's session and then leave some comments. Let us know what you think about it, because basically we're both here to hopefully help you make more money in the market. So with that, let's go ahead and jump over into taking a look at what the heck the indexes are doing. We had a really huge sell-off day yesterday in the S&P, and as you'll see, we had a huge, I don't want to overuse that word, but that's a darn big bearish engulfing pattern. And it fell, it basically dropped. And then what are we getting today? We're getting basically a test back up into the midsection of that bearish engulfing pattern. But as long as the price action on the S&P does not take out the top of that, we currently have a bearish reversal signal in place. Let's see what happens. Is it going to close? It may close the day below the 8-day moving average, which would give more credence to a little bit deeper downside correction. But right now, as you can see by that pink zone, that is a zone of supply where sellers are still there wanting to sell things off. So as you see, and this was a really pretty thing I want to just point out to you really quickly, is as we made the high yesterday, look what was happening to the TSI, the momentum indicator. It was basically providing us a negative divergence, which oftentimes is indicative or a precursor for a further sell-off. What about over here on the weekly chart? Well, we're getting kind of a double top type thing here on the momentum indicator, and TSI on the market forecast has not rolled over yet. And the fact of the matter is, it may not roll over. It's certainly looking weak. We do not have a reversal signal on the weekly chart yet, but a strong reversal signal on the daily chart. And we're getting a little bit of a retest today. Nasdaq also I posted a little video last night that just said, hey, this is not a bearish, I mean, it's an engulfing pattern, it's bearish, but it's not a bearish engulfing pattern. We had a gap down here from a spinning top doji a few days ago. That is still in effect. That level, that retracement back here to this rally attempt that we see going on right now is not, it's having a trouble right there at that gap down. So if we get a failure down, look for it to take out the 8, the 20, and then go on down and maybe retest the uptrend line. Am I looking for a huge sell-off in the markets? And the answer to that is no, not really. But I am looking for maybe over the next 2 months through the end of September and a setup going into October is that we'll get a pullback and just basically the market go kind of stagnant and then get a rebound into the end of the year, especially if the Fed does not raise rates anymore going into the end of the year. Russell's having a little bit more of a struggle than the other indexes as we've seen throughout the year. As you can see, again, also not a bearish engulfing pattern here, but there was an evening star that took place over here on the 20th of July. This is a retest or a rally attempt, and then it sold off hard. Now, it's a good sign that we're going up and reclaiming the 8-day moving average, and I'll keep my eye over here on the weeklies. Right now, I'm getting kind of a hanging man doji in a zone of resistance or a zone of supply where sellers just sitting there, and basically, the sellers that were the buyers over here are sitting here selling, and we're not going to break out of this until the sellers are basically all the way gone. And so we'll see what transpires with that. So, Anil, what I'm waiting for is basically pullbacks into the trend lines or down to the bottom of the resistance zones to see if this lower part of the zone now acts as support. So what's your thoughts on the market?
On my weekly charts, everything looks very strong on the triple screen.
Okay.
And on daily chart, there is some weakness that's picked up by MACD going bearish, but overall looks good.
Yeah, and the one thing I want to another thing I want to hone in on just real quick, folks, is this far left chart. The Russell just broke out of that, and as you can see, this is a monthly chart. The momentum has shifted, but it's taken months, almost 12 months at least, for it to work into this this base right here. And so as we're going up, I'm expecting some explosive moves on the Russell all the way back up to the highs from 2021. And especially if we get the rest of the momentum on the monthly charts turned around. Let me grab the cues on this really quick. It also, as you can see, it did its monthly turnaround back here. Look for it to push all the way back up and retest these highs on the S&P. Also, momentum, longer term momentum turned around back in November of last year, and we're still continuing to press up. Anil, in some of my studies that I've been doing is that shift of momentum on the long-term monthly charts is really a precursor or almost predictive of a strong move to the upside. So you can take that for what it's worth. But I was pretty excited when I was making those discoveries.
Now I'm seeing that. I'm looking at IWM on the monthly triple screen chart.
Yeah.
And I'm getting 2 months in a row. The Heikin-Ashi is up for 2 months in a row.
All right. That's awesome.
And the MACD is about to cross. So that looks good.
Okay, excellent. So, okay, hey, let's basically jump on to the next section. Welcome to the members over on the YouTube channel. Guys, earlier I went through and shared with the folks in the Zoom meeting that, you know, if you're struggling with impulsive trading or want to take a look at the winning stocks early on, you know, Anil and I are great stock pickers, some of the best in America. And so I encourage you, stick around, because the money to be made will be later on in today's video. So, hey, let's talk about this impulsiveness of traders, okay? One, let's kill impulsive trading. I know, speaking for myself, when I first started trading, and it took me a long time, it took me over 10 years to get past the aspect of being impulsive, where I was just a gunslinger and I was losing money, a lot of money, being a gunslinger in the market. And so grabbing hold of that and working at it, when we are impulsive or are compulsive, they kind of think they're two sides of the same coin. One, you got to understand, you know, what are you dealing with? Okay, what's causing the impulsiveness? And a lot of times you're not going to learn about what it is until you carefully just take a look at it, you know. So and also understand why it's harmful. Is your impulsiveness causing you to get into trades too early, get out of trades too late, sit there and watch your winnings go away because you don't know how to get out of a trade? Well, that's one of the things that you want to be taking a look at. So the other thing, step two of killing off impulsive trading, is set up a clear trading goal. Have a plan. We talked about that last week. So have a plan. Define your trading goals. What do you want to achieve? Create a trading plan, a roadmap. I've offered many times, and I will continue to offer, sharing with whoever wants it, my trading plan, and you'll get my rules and everything about how I trade. And then step number three, implement risk management strategies to protect yourself. That's another big mistake I made as I was learning how to trade, is I would not use stop losses. And it hurts. I mean, I don't know about you, Anil, but I was so stubborn about not using stop losses. I'd have trades go against me, and I would get into, you know, like 4 and 5, you know, or high 4s and 5 and even 6-digit losses, not 6 digits, 5-digit losses, and literally cry. I mean, I became so emotional about it, I would cry because, and then want to kick myself in the butt for being what I claimed at the same, so stupid. So I know you've never had that challenge though, right?
Once in a while.
to that level where you're actually sitting there crying at your trading desk?
Not cried, but I had an incident where I bought a stock at 112 and let it go down all the way down to 20.
Oh, Yahoo. Well, I'm not going to try to top that. But yeah, that's, you know, that's the tuition of learning how to trade. Step number four, develop a trading discipline and then stick with the plan. The discipline is basically tied back into developing your routine. Your discipline also, you know, it basically helps you stay patient. And one of the disciplines that I implement is I primarily only put in my orders and do my trading over the weekend. In other words, after market hours are closed, because what it does for me is it takes out fear, it takes out emotion, and it helps me stay cool and collected while I'm doing my trades. And last but not least, you know, create a trading journal. And you know that we offer a great trading journal, but journaling, trading, I've had so many people come up to me and say, Dennis, thank you so much for suggesting that I start journaling. when I started journaling is where my trading started turning around. So if you're wondering about successful traders journal, that's just the bottom off. So remember, killing off impulsive trading takes time, practice, but be kind to yourself, stay committed to the plan, and sooner rather than later, you will become a smarter and more successful trader. So remember, master the few and watch your success explode. So, hey, just real quick, here's what we're looking at. Here's how we're kind of finishing up the month of July. June, July have been just exceptionally months for us. Here was last week, this week, and so very pleased with that. And then before we get into the stock picks for the day, I want to basically just say, hey, do you struggle with any of these? You can read them on your own. Well, one of the things I struggle with every one of them. That's why I designed the AutoPilot trading service. The thing about it I really love about the AutoPilot trading service, I'm having basically a pop-up sale, 15% off, and that'll be good through ends Monday the 31st. So AutoPilot trading, what it does, it provides you automatic entries, automatic risk management, automatic profit targets, automatic process of letting your winners run. Our members love these characteristics or these benefits because it simplifies and helps them clarify and simplify their process so they can multiply their results. So now, with no further ado, Anil, let's take a look at these fabulous stocks that we're looking at. So I'm going to drop yours in. When I saw this, I went, wow, this is really nice. Of course, I got to be able to put the ticker in. So what you're looking at here with Netflix. Yeah, it's up. Anil?
Yeah, Netflix is kind of up for a long time on my weekly signal. And recently it has pulled back quite a bit. And today I'm looking at finding support at the 50-day line.
Mm-hmm.
I still want it to go up a little bit, and I think it's going to, but I'm picking up 1/3 of the position now.
Okay, yeah.
And if it crosses yesterday's high, I'll pick up some more and then wait some more and then finally get full position.
I like it. Yeah, I like that approach. And I also, some of the other things I like about your selection here is, one, momentum looks like it's shifting. You had a 2-line cluster on the market forecast, which for me, shorter term, that's a very positive sign. And you've got one heck of a great bullish harami and going on for today, today's candle compared to yesterday's candle, and it's an inside day. So those are all very positive tractions where we're buying, a piece of Netflix is probably, is a great idea. I would watch these moving averages right there. They may give you a little bit of issue, but they'll probably slice right through theirs on their way back up. And the other thing that it tested, and I know you probably saw this, is it tested that past low. So it's going back and just retesting. Watch for it to push up, and this could get a really nice move. So I like it. Excellent. Well, my stock for today is not a stock at all. My choice pick for today is a pick that I've had previously, but I've been waiting for it to pull back. And so I hope you enjoy this. And it is Tesla's leverage ETF, and it's 1.5 time leverage. It has come back, hasn't quite made it to the 50-day moving average, but given a similar type of setup, Anil, that Netflix is getting, a inside day, bullish harami, And so my idea of trading this is I could pick up a little bit right now. And if I did, my stop would be just below yesterday's low. And let me grab that. And that would be about 6.5 to almost 7%. So to offset, letting it go that low, I would not do a full position. My other option is wait till Monday and a pullback back into the midsection of today's candle, or maybe a little bit lower, and grab it there, and then my stop would be within range of my 5%. So Tesla, again, like Netflix, really good ratings from IBD. And so what do you think?
Well, it looks good on my triple screen system. It has a weekly triple screen is on.
Yeah.
And interestingly, I'm looking at monthly, and that MACD has just crossed.
I know. Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I like that.
So, okay, well, there's my pick. And again, I would, be thinking about nibbling a little bit now, maybe with 1/3 of a position. And then for my premium members, hey, when we go back over at the 12 p.m. time, Pacific time, we'll talk a little bit more in depth about some of the other potentials that you have here with some of the option trades. So that's what we've got with TSI, our TSLL. Now, I had a couple of questions about, and I think Chris asked one of them. ALPY. I know absolutely nothing about APLY. Is this a leverage ETF on Apple? Yeah. The one thing I would sit there and kind of go on this one, Chris, is look at the volume. Only 44,000 shares on a daily basis. So yeah, I'd have to do a little bit more in depth on that because I'm not seeing the connection. Because here's the Apple chart, just heading straight up, continuing. It's got earnings coming up though on the 3rd, so I'd be watching out for Apple. Then I had a question a little bit earlier by one of our members about Ford Motor Company, and Ford is basically, it looks like it's pulling back to perhaps kiss the trend line goodbye. Larry, what I would do on this one is just wait until if you're looking at buying some Ford, if you're not afraid of that, acronym, what Ford stands for, found on road dead. That's a joke, folks. Anyway, yeah, it came down here. Looks like earnings were okay. Actuals, estimate, yeah, they beat estimate by about 20 cents. And so I know that they've been having some issues with their electronic vehicles. It's certainly, from a technical standpoint, very tradable. And so I'd have to look at the rest of it on the IBD checkup. Anil, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're having a really great day. As you see, I've jiggled things around a little bit. Folks, if you're looking for a great playlist of stock tips and also things I've learned in my 30 years of trading, there'll be a link show up right here. And so I want to say aloha. God bless everybody. I'll be looking forward to chatting with you. Remember the IBD's meetup National coming up in August 19th. It's a Saturday. And the topic of what I'm going to be talking about is focus on the few, profit from the many, and unlocking the keys to trading success with leverage ETFs. So aloha. We'll talk to you all later. Thank you so much. Bye, Anil.
Thank you. Bye now.